the challenge. How does a individual or a person comes to know that he or she is living in his or her purpose and has fulfilled or reached his or her potential? Maybe the literature of that which has been written about certain people who possibly have reached their full potential and has lived out their purpose. Their meaning in life, and how it can be measured, and what is their guide. Some will use a religious text to find meaning and will utilize it as their guide. That would help them be on the pursuit of fulfilling and reaching their full potential. Some will not use a religious text, but something that has been written. The key to me in what I just expressed is that it comes from that which has been documented or that which has been written. What if a person cannot outwardly see? But yet some can read things in Braille. And yet some possibly can go inside and what they can envision. Possibly, I do not know. In reaching one's full potential and living in one's purpose and having meaning in life, there are musicians who are unable to see that which is on the outside, or that which people can see, that which is on the outside, like a mountain, a person, or an object. But yet at the same time, he or she has the potential to play outstanding music, and he or she has a mind to think. Is that an indication of one living in his or her purpose and able to reach his or her full potential? the closest I can get to this understanding is in the language. You can give a definition to something, but it does not necessarily identify with you, because he or she who has power to define is able to dictate how problems are defined, will determine how they should be solved. So it is how the language is written, and that's merely signs and symbols. And that's one, being able to find meaning to fulfill his or her purpose, or living in one's purpose, and reaching his or her full potential through which comes out of their mind. Then you have to deal with intentions. Now, it says that children learn in picture form, in graphics, and it becomes a meaning. Remember, we're trying to find meaning, and that meaning becomes an emotion, and hopefully we logically act on it. So for the most part, and reaching one's full potential and living out one's purpose, you have to follow the logic. You have to follow the logic. Yes. Let's look at the sound of logic. Let's look at the sound of purpose. Let's look at the sound of potential. And let's look at the sound of meaning. In addition to that, intentions. The word intentions, if I can recall them all, is something that is in motion, in the hotel or motel business, they may call it an inn, while this vacant or occupied. You're in. It almost sounds like a sense of existing. You're in, you're here. That could say that just by you being here, you have reached your potential, or a sign that that you are on the path of fulfilling, or adding to, extending, and building on, and furthering, fulfilling your potential, adding on to it. Environment plays a part too. Intent. You know, you can tint a window, stained glass window, or make it color a certain shade darker, with that the people that's on the outside can't see what's going on the inside. So one's imagination from the mind created this, and it gave meaning to it, and someone else found meaning to it because they can use that for the purpose in which they want to use it for. intentions. If I go out to do something, intentions is judged by your actions. I go out and do it. Then you have to deal with the motivating factor. Motivating. The word mo. Now let's deal with the word meaning. Now, the word me is an objective term. Or measurement, I should say measurement. Me, sure meant. It's concise, like me sure meant. Me sure meant to do that. Me is an objective, and then you deal with sure. Almost have a sense of adding another word to a self-assurance, meant. And you know, in the business world, you can mint a coin. It takes work to mint a coin. It takes work. And for what purpose? To use that coin. For business purposes. It's almost like a trade-off. Let's look at the word potential. In it, you got the word po. And you can look at the word impoverished or poor, po. If you use that particular vernacular of language and pronunciation of it. Then you got the word potency. Potency. That which is inside of us is potent. The power to produce, the power to be productive. The meaning of reaching one's full potential. The measurement. The ing of meaning. You can be mean. The ing is on a continuing basis, which means goes back to intentional, being intentional. Look at the word purpose. Per measurement, per sound, and it says that a domestic cat purrs. It is for affection. And you got the word how it sound, purpose. You have the sound of us. You have the sound of pus. Extracting a disease. Or extracting a disease. Getting rid of the sickness of the human germ. Connecting is connecting. And reaching one's full potential and living in one's purpose. You have the word us as it sounds. Us, purpose. Sound like us. Us. Almost like a releasing of some tension. And then you have the word pose in there. Purpose, purpose, pose. a snapshot, a posturing, a position, and what position one could take. The earth revolves around the sun, or something that is rotating, and that which is rotating is a delivery system designed to deliver us. Deliver us from what? The human germ, the disease, of anything that causes harm rather than good. Mentally, we have the faculties to make that happen to the best of our knowledge, to the best of our ability, and with the best intentions. We have the emotions. We have the intellect. We have our conscious. And we have our nature. So for those who have found meaning in their life and have fulfilled and reached their full potential in living in purpose, I would say more power to you. Keep up such work, because it's not about self-importance. It's about work importance. And that makes it to become ethical. Be not deceived, for there are those who seek chemically induced peace, materially induced peace. You take away the chemicals. You take away the material. And see if they will be at peace. For when we are at peace, we are no threat to each other. Not even a threat to ourselves. So, in reaching one's full potential and living out in one's purpose, we create an environment within ourselves that will spread abroad, that we are no threat to each other. We go beyond race, class, gender, religion, economics, and politics. any branch of knowledge. And the aim is accountability. And when you have accountability, you come into complete civility. And when you come into complete civility, you are a universal citizen. Then you should be at peace. Until next time, talk to you.